Hello everyone, welcome to Evil Gaming's channel. My name is Donkai and in today's episode I'm going to provide you a guide for Overwatch, how to play MccRee. So maybe first off we're gonna have a look on his skills, possibly. Now that I want to tell you that MccRee is not a noob likely class. He requires tons of aiming and he's not as easy as you would think. Tons of people are choosing him because he has Flashbang, he has roll, but it's not the truth that it's very easy to play with him. There is a reason why he has 2 stars, not 1. He's very hard to master if it comes to aiming. The first skill that he has is Flashbang, the most important one because it blinds. It works like stun grenade. It can blind your enemies with ease and then you can just kill them very easily. Now you need to know few things that are very important if it comes to Flashbang. First off, Genji can indeed block or deflect your Flashbang at you and blind you instead. What I recommend, and this is actually the way everyone uses flashbangs, is to throw it on his feet. Because if you will throw it on his feet, he will not be able to deflect it. And you will blind him anyway. The other thing I can recommend is when you will go against Reinhardt, you can throw it above his shield and blind him anyway. You just need to be sure to not throw it behind him, because if you will throw behind, not always you may score a flash.
Thank you.
The second skill is roll. Now the roll, a lot of people think that roll isn't really important skill. It just makes you flip, just do a roll, barrel roll in front. But it's not only doing that. What this skill does is that not only you roll, but you also can avoid some attacks. And in addition, when you roll, you reload your gun immediately, which is very important. When you will run out of ammo, you have one more chance, one more magazine. If you will roll in a safe place, you can snipe your enemy still with all of your magazine. And now the next thing is the revolver, which you have. On the left click you have a single shot. The single shot is used by all of the MccRees to score headshots. And the other attack, which is the most unique about MccRee, is Van de Hammer. What the skill does is just basically unloads every single shot in your magazine. It just obliterates everyone. You cannot any longer kill tanks with one single Van de Hammer, but you need to know that if you want to engage tanks such as Red Hawk or Reinhardt or Diva, you can do one thing: throw a flashbang at them, spray your Van de Hammer and make sure that every single shot counts, then roll to immediately take back all of your ammo and avoid the enemy attack, and then spray another part of your Van de Hammer skill in the back, and this should kill every single tank at 100%. If it doesn't, you can always just go away and try to snipe him, because one shot is probably enough to kill that tank. But anyway, you need to also know which characters to be afraid of. When you are playing as MccRee, you should know that MccRee is a perfect counter for nearly every single class on 1v1. But he's weak, he's a noob when it comes to a group fight if he's not in a team. So if you are not close to your team and you see enemies going on you, avoid them. If you will rush in an enemy territory with enemy filled with people, don't bother, because you are dead. You have only 6 shots, and if you will shoot only headshots, if you have some sort of aimbot, you will still not be able to win. because MccRee doesn't have a good defense. That is why he's attacker. His speed is really slow. You need to remember that his speed is slow. Widowmaker will be your worst nightmare. Widowmaker can shoot you with very big ease without any problem. Even the most basic Widowmaker, a guy who can't play snipers, will be able to shoot you in the head very easily. You are not moving fast. You need to remember this. So it's very recommended to avoid snipers unless you have a tank in front of you. The next thing is the speeding of shots. Your shots are also very slow. You are shooting as slow as Pharah, which makes your revolver be like Desert Eagle. It's very slow, it's very accurate, but very, very, very slow. It's even a bit slower than Reaper's shotguns. This is going to be all I have for the introduction. So now we can move to two tactics I have for playing MccRee, and two tactics that repeat through every single MccRee I see. The first one is very useful on defense. When you see that you can't shoot well and you still want to keep on MccRee, when you see that your team would really need a MccRee, but you are not so good because you haven't trained them before, or if you know that you can kill enemies but you are afraid to go on the outside and face them face to face, first, when the run starts, go to the building and hide in a corner. Now this is a camping game, alright? Most of people think that every single character has to go out and just fight and engage enemies, but actually MccRee on defense can do a good stuff when he's in a building. You can stay in the building, in the corner, and if anyone will come in, Flashbang, Thunderhammer, get out. You have to also know that it doesn't matter if you are on defense or attack, you should avoid open field, because as I said, Widowmakers and Hanzos and every single sniper you can imagine in game is your worst nightmare. You are moving very slow, and if Widowmaker will aim right at you, even if you will roll, she will be likely to kill you instantly. You need to be very careful. Your roll doesn't make you invincible. You are still able to be killed when you are rolling. Really need to remember this. And it's basically everything on the defense that MccRee can do. Just stick in the building. It's very useful if you are playing on the maps that are really like tiny. You cannot go in the open field like long districts or really huge map like Hanamura or Ilios. You have to aim for like short, tiny places like Gibraltar or any other short map and really tiny. And you can camp, spray your bullets, flashbang, roll, whatever you do, you can just shoot enemies very easily and protect your team. Now I can go with attack. What you need to do is stick to the team first. That is the thing you need to remember first. Stick to the team. For the love of everything that lives above, stick to the team. If you will rush forward, you will die immediately, because as I said, if you rush in a team full of enemies, you die. And that's the end of a sentence. Stay with your team. For the love of everything, stay with your team. It's Overwatch, it's a team play game. Stay with your team. The next thing is to have a good team. If you don't have a good team like Reinhardt, some decent heal, don't pick MccRee. Pick some sort of character that can heal, because if you don't have a heal or a good tank, you are dead. If you have a bad accuracy, as I said, switch. Don't bother going with MccRee with bad accuracy. Trust me, I've done this countless times, and this was pissing me off so hard that I was about to smash my keyboard or my mouse because I couldn't like get one shot. I was clearly pointing at the headshot, but I couldn't get the headshot. If your team dies, hide. Don't stay in the field and try to get as many kills as possible, just hide. And if you see that your team is dead, don't go out, even if you see that the point is being overtaken by enemies. And you know you could just turn on the overtime, just don't wait for your team, because you may be surprised by how much things MccRee can do if you will just wait for the right moment to use their abilities. And the final thing I wanted to talk about is the ultimate, as I said, Deadeye. It's high noon, in other words. This ability is one of the most powerful abilities in game. This ability allows you to aim at all of your enemies. If you will use it on every single enemy, there should appear like a circle and a bigger circle. The bigger circle will start to slowly come to the smaller one, and if it will come to the smaller one and the red skull will appear, it's instant kill. It's just headshots and just destroys everyone. You need to remember though that the stronger your enemy is, the more health it has, the longer the circle will come down to the smaller one. You cannot just turn it on and just press left mouse button to kill everyone. You have to wait, so you have to find a good spot. What I recommend is sneaking behind your enemy, but on the higher levels, because if you are on a higher levels, it takes them more time to find you. Don't go in front. That is a really bad idea unless you have Reinhardt with shield. Don't go in front because they can easily see you and even hear you. Try to go up, somewhere up, behind them, and use the ability. And then you just wait until the circles will close, because you need to remember that if you will do it in front, they will hide, and if they hide, you will not get the kill. You have like 8 seconds to kill, but you have to remember that if you will cancel your ultimate, or if you will be killed during your ultimate, you will start at 50%. You will not start from 0, but from 50%. You need to remember that, so sometimes it's better to just cancel your ultimate. Just don't shoot it on the first better target, which you can kill normally. Just wait. And it's not a good idea to use this ability when you are 1v1 in the building. That is the heavily bad idea. You are instant dead, because if you will use Deadeye, your defenses were insanely lower. You were like one shot by everyone. So don't bother. So you need to aim correctly. Remember to train your aim before trying to play with MccRee. Never play MccRee if you are bad at aim. This is not noob-likely class. He's very advanced. 2 stars mean something. He's not easy. He's hard to master. He's very easy to understand. His skills are very easy, but he's hard to master, and you will understand it after some time. And on the higher levels, MccRees are not very common things. On lower level, yes, because people are just learning how to play. Albeit on higher ranks, no. Well, in my opinion, honest opinion, the NERF wasn't really a good idea. I mean, they should have increased the strength of single fire to not only the Thunder Hammer, because it's just no. I've seen at least one MccRee in every team I've been going into before the nerf, and now after the nerf I don't see like any MccRees. I see like 1 per 10 games, or maybe more, but really small amounts of them. Therefore, it's not a good thing. It's I don't really want to talk about this. I don't want to get into talks because I was never for the nerf. I was always able to easily kill all the MccRees. I didn't have problems with flashbangs and thunder hammering. I never had problems with that. But I guess some people are just noobs and they just keep raging over how OP other classes are. And this happened to MccRee. I'm quite sad because the truth is, if you understand how MccRee works, you can easily counter him without any problem. But you know, people know it's just a community, they decide, the more people have more rights, and I can't do anything about it. So yeah, they should nerf, I don't know, Widowmaker, because she's way too OP. A single Widowmaker can carry out the entire team, or the stupid tire of the stupid junk crowd. This is so annoying, and that is also a reason why sometimes you should play MccRee, because if the Junkrat will release his tire, I always find it very easy to one-shot the tire with no problem and just save my team from useless rage, or just fund the hammer the tire and nothing happens. This is very useful ability, to be honest. And this is everything I have to say. Just remember, sometimes you will have days when you will have like perfect aim, you will be sniping everyone, doing some insane shots. But then again, on the other day, even knowing that you've been playing continuously every day with MccRee, you will have very bad aim, you won't be able to shoot everyone. If that happens, take a break, don't force yourself. I've had this countless times. It's not a good idea to play with MccRee if you have that kind of day. Just play other character, or just stop playing Overwatch, return the next day, and then it mostly happens that people have even better aim than they had before. Good luck with hiring the noon to you, all of you. What do you think about the nerf? It actually makes me feel kind of concerned. If you did you like the nerf, or was it really not a good idea? Or what should Blizzard do towards MccRee to make him more playable and less OP? What do you think? Because in my opinion, Thunderhammer wasn't a good way. I mean, it wasn't the only good way. Maybe they could just make Thunderhammer lower and the left shot better, or maybe, I don't know, like increase the cooldown on Flashbang or something like this. Just better ways that Blizzard could do to make MccRee better. Just write in the comment section below and let's start the discussion. Have a nice day, goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe to Evil Gaming's channel, and maybe check out my channel. There will be some stuff coming from Overwatch very soon. Have a nice day, goodbye, peace out.